जन नित नित ध्याति प्रसन्न हो, प्रसन्न हो, प्रसन्न हो, प्रसन्न हो। हे सहज योगिनी निर्मल माते प्रसन्न हो, हे आदि शक्ति माँ हे जग जननी प्रसन्न हो।
हे सहज योगिनी निर्मल माते प्रसन्न हो, हे आदि शक्ति माँ हे जग जननी प्रसन्न हो।
Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, everybody. Salutation to our loved Mother Shri Mataji. Let's do the Namaskar, Kundalini, and collective Bandhan. Now, let's take the 3 Mahamantras and Shri Ganesha.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीमहालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीगणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै Namo Namaha.
Let's prepare ourselves in the central channel. Let's put both hands through the Mother Earth and ask the Mother Earth absorb all the imbalances we have in our left side, right side, and pull all the energy of the Mother Earth inside us up to the Sahastrara. Mother, you are the doer and the enjoyer. We are the children of the Adi Shakti herself. Shri Mataji, you establish in us the connection with the divine so we can act to emancipate the whole world. And expressing the powers of the Virata so we can light ourselves in collectivity and light all the places of the world. Fill them with forgiveness, love, compassion, and peace. Let's receive Sri Mataji's words today about the Sahastrara with full attention inside us to receive her message, going deeper in meditation. Put the attention at the top of the head, and then Sri Mataji's talk.
The vibrations, the Chaitanya flow into your brain. On the heart is not there. Even without that, you start feeling the cool breeze, you can raise the kundalini of others, you can cure people, you can do many things. But still, it is not yet felt in the heart so. That's why we have music, art. All these things start opening your heart. But still it is not recognition, because recognition is a mental activity of the heart. How can heart have a mental activity? This is another problem you all can face, and I know that. That recognition, if it is a mental activity of the heart, how do we do? Say, if you are a Christian, born in a Christian family, as soon as I see the photograph of Christ, immediately you feel it's Christ, something, yeah. Or if you are a Hindu, if you see the photograph of Sri Rama, immediately you know it's Sri Ram. You see, that's a kind of a thing, recognition in the heart. But the recognition of somebody living with you is very, very difficult. And you live on the cusp of your mental activities only. But to go deep down into your heart, what should we do? People tell. Mother, how should we get into our heart? How this mental activity can be performed through the heart. Now you must remember that heart is absolutely connected with brain. Absolutely connected. It's not disconnected thing. If it was, it would not have worked. When heart fails, after some time, brain also fails. The whole body goes out of order. If the child is crying, please take out the child. Better take out the child. So this mental activity of the heart is to be understood this way, that as soon as you see the danger, without even thinking, in a reflex way, your heart starts pumping more blood and you get palpitation. You don't have to think, there's no mental activity. Just you see, supposing a tiger standing before you, immediately the heart will start pumping. It's a reflex action. Now, how this activity takes place, one may say, is that because it is built in within you, that as soon as you see some emergency, your sympathetic nervous system goes into activity. And you start feeling the fear, you start feeling that there should be some protection, that you should do something about it. But you do not think, you just run. You run as fast as possible. You don't think about it, what I should do, where I should run, just you go on running, away from the danger. And how do you do that? Because it is built in within you, all this, in your brain, that as soon as the heart starts pumping too much blood, it should just make the legs work and the hands work and you should run. Or we can say it is in the central nervous system built in, the fear. Any reaction, any response like that is built in within you. But the response to the spirituality is not yet manifested. It is manifested. It is all built, no doubt, but it is not yet manifested. And how will it manifest? That's what people ask me, Mother, how will it manifest? Through your past, you have learned that you have to be afraid of this, you have to be afraid of that. Also in this lifetime you have learned many things. For a child may put his hand to the candle, won't be frightened. But a grown-up will, because an experience. With the experience, gradually you built in that reaction of reflex within you so that you try to save yourself. Now, what experience you should have to build that in your heart is the point. And the experience is of your own divinity, of your own spirituality. Once you start developing that experience, then you know that you are a divine person. Unless and until you are aware fully that you are a divine person, howsoever faith you may have in me, the recognition is not complete, because who is recognizing me is a blind person. If a blind person is recognizing me, it won't have that response of the heart. So first you have to recognize yourself to be a divine person, to have faith in yourself. We do not have faith in ourselves, though we are Sahajogis. If there's any problem, they'll write a letter. If they are sick, they'll write a letter. If there's any family questioning, they'll write. If there's somebody is bothering them with some questions, they'll ask. But if you become introspective and meditative, then you touch that divinity within you. When you touch that divinity, you know you are a divine person. So in Sahastrara Puja, actually, you have to recognize your own divinity, that you are divine, by experiencing your divinity. How do you experience your divinity? That you give realization to others. It's a great experience to give realization to others. Not only that, you give realization, but you can tell about their chakras. You know what's wrong with them. You are quite confident. And mentally you know that, yes, it's working. You'll say, without getting involved into it as I do it, you'll say, Mother, it's working, it's happening, it's this thing, that. But you never introspect. How is it I am working? How I am working it out? How I can feel? What has happened to me? What has improved in me? What has sharpened in me? What is the development in me? What is the transformation? Once you start thinking about it, the experience of your own being, then a kind of a feeling towards the Mahamaya develops. Feeling, again I say feeling. Like feeling of fear, feeling of happiness, feeling of depression, any feeling you develop. And this feeling you could call a feeling of gratitude, feeling of love, feeling of oneness, feeling of joy. All this starts working in your heart. And then you feel the response. If supposing the sea is responding to moon, that means it has that mobility in it to respond. A stone will not react to the moon. In the same way, in your heart, these waves of these feelings are created by the experience of spirituality. but the experience of your own being. And then you start expressing them. And I could make it out. Such a person may not be so much talkative, may not know much about Sahaja Yoga, but in the heart he feels the response. Is something to be achieved, because you know that the center of heart is placed here. The Pitha, the seat of the heart, is on Brahmarandra. If your heart is not open, in the heart, if you do not have those responses built in, they need not be of awe or fear, but a natural protocol that develops. Then you can never do wrong, because you know whatever is good in your heart. Supposing you love somebody from your heart, you are not going to harm that person. In the same way, when you start feeling those responses in your heart, you can never do wrong, because they are now manifesting which were built within you. Because there was spirituality, there was that divinity which was built in, now it is manifesting. And then you do not worry about things and you do not do anything outwardly. It is said in Upanishads like Shandilya Upanishad, Kantopanishad, it was these, that once you know the Brahma, then all the outside things like wearing a thread of Yagyopavita and all that should be thrown away. It's not necessary. Because now you got the sutra within yourself. Then you should give up all those outward things, because inside is all built in now, is expressing itself. And such a person automatically becomes a yogi of a very high caliber. There was one gentleman in Calcutta. His name is Mr. Khan, though he is a Hindu gentleman and a great scientist of physics. He was developing those feelings. And one day he was taking his bath in a bathtub and fell down on his back. And it completely broke and some of the splinters went into the brain. And he was in complete coma. So much so that doctors gave up complete hope about him, saying that he can never come back to life. And he was in the intensive care. But just before falling, he called responses, Ma. That's all. Then I was in Delhi, they informed me that he has fallen and this is what has happened. I said, all right. I just paid attention to him, gave a bandha. Next day he opened his eyes. The doctors could not believe it. And then they removed him to the another ward where surgeons went and said, we'll give you vibration. He said, but I'm not feeling any pain, nothing. He's looking 10 years younger now. It's so different. Now the experience, this is a complete thing for him now. He is absolutely into his divinity. So he says, Mother, I am a person now who doesn't think about anything, about life, death, anything, about my children. Now I know who you are. I know that I am under your protection. I don't have to worry. Another case was a Dr. Varlikar, who had a very bad heart, so they made a bypass for him. A great devotee. And his bypass went out of order perhaps, and he had a very massive heart attack. He again went into coma. They put him in the hospital. His aorta in the beginning was 80% clogged. So only 20% was open. There was no hope. So they did this bypass for him. And he just said, please send word to mother. That he need not have done also, but doesn't matter. And I just put bandhan to him. I was in Australia. He again was given up case. And they said, now how can we have another bypass? This pass is finished now. What should we do? They're about to operate him and thinking about it. When he opened his eyes, they told doctor, doctor, I'm feeling all right. I don't know what has happened. I'm feeling perfectly all right. Can I sit up? So the doctor couldn't understand. He felt his heart. He said his heart is doing very well. What has happened? So they put him on the test and they found out that his old aorta was opened out completely, which never happens in the history of medicine. Now this experience that he had about is also because of his divinity that I could work on him. The connection was so good. Only two. But if you mentally go on analyzing everything and mentally understanding Sahaja, you cannot reach that state of divinity from where you receive all the blessings, starts pouring on you in every way. If you hear the way these people
Sasha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Now let's say the mantra Shri Nirvikalpa to have the experience to express the state of surrendering, the state of devotion inside us to get to the Sahastrara, to the pita of the heart. Open the heart in the Sahastrara. Shri Nirvikalpa. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Nirvikalpa Sachat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Complete attention at the top of the head and beyond. Now we are going to have another teaching of Sri Mataji, the mantra, a short form of the mantra for the Sahastrara. Taken 7 times.
I think try this one is Tvameva Sakshat Sri Tvameva Sakshat Sri Nirmala Devi. That's all. Just to establish me as Nirmala Devi is the point. Namo Namaha. See, 7 times for all this. Huh? Just see the vibration.
Let's feel the vibrations of the mantra inside us, at the top of the head, and beyond the top of the head. Check your attention. And check your vibrations. Check the state of recognition in Now, let's take an experience with a song. The name is Red Earth, singing by the band Sapphire, and this is a work done long time back, but these special words of the song can give us the recognition that we need and the devotion that they express in these words, so we can be immersed in that devotion of and recognition and the surrendering and the experience that we need to go beyond the Sahastrara. Now is with full attention inside, let's take the slice about the red earth.
Come before calls you to go deeper in silence, to find the earth at your beginning, that innocence within you, that innocence unfolding, from which flows the rivers of your soul. deeper in silence. Follow him to find the living water. You will find your heart. You will find your heart in her sweet ocean. Majesty of love so pure, her grace surrounds your being. Merge as one in harmony, surrender to the river of her love overflowing. Her endless love Come, the Mother calls you. Assume your glory in the company of saints. You will be. The music of the breath of God, the holy breath of God, awakes the earth to joy. flows of her grace from the shores of your heart with a tapestry of love. Her name resounds through the mountains and the sky, victorious. Then bow in silent adoration. Surrender in silent adoration.
With full attention in our Sahastrara, let's meditate without effort. Our Kundalini knows how to heal and how to fix us. Let's go surrendering completely, and let's take our light to light the humanity. Let's go inside. Let's take the joy of the divine breath. Where is your attention? Thank you, Shri Mataji, for letting us to be today in meditation, for giving us all the vibrations and guide and let us express us and surrendering. Now let's raise the Kundalini, put on bandhan, and do the namaskar.
O Mother Earth, obeisance to you. The oceans are your garments, and you are decorated with mountain peaks. Please forgive me for touching you with my feet. Samudra Samudravasane,
Samudravasane, Samudravasane, Devi Pavatastanamandale, Samudravasane,
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 Devi Pavatastanamandale, Samudravasane, Devi Pavatastanamandale, Samudravasane, Devi Pavatastanamandale, Samudravasane, 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 Devi Pavatastanamandale, Samudravasane, Devi Pavatastanamandale, Samudravasane, Devi Pavatastanamandale, Vishnu Patnim Namasubhyam Padaspasham Shamasmane, Vishnu Patnim Namasubhyam Padaspasham Shamasmane, Samudravasane, 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 Samudravasane,